Tonight on News 5 Live, Prime Minister John Briceño concludes a tour of the South, including a visit to the Sarstoon. He addresses last week's blunder regarding Guatemala and speaks of the unrest in that neighboring country. Did Call-It Representative Patrick Faber cross the floor when he drew distance from the opposition leader's terse comments toward the House Speaker? And the Briceño administration to introduce a new amendment to the visiting legislation on offshore drilling. These stories and more coming up on News 5 Live.
Desde las áreas urbanas hasta las comunidades rurales, la conexión importa. El acceso a Internet es crucial para continuar el desarrollo social y económico. Es por eso que Digi, nuestra telecomunicación nacional, continúa invirtiendo millones de dólares para expandir sus redes de telefonía móvil y fibra óptica en todo Belice. Miles de usuarios móviles y viviendas, especialmente a lo largo de las carreteras y en comunidades rurales, ahora disfrutan de los beneficios de la infraestructura resiliente de Digi. Nuestra telecomunicación nacional continúa liderando la transformación digital a través de su tecnología avanzada y compromiso a la excelencia. Con Digi Wallet, beliceños en áreas urbanas y rurales tienen acceso fácil y seguro a una amplia variedad de servicios financieros a través de sus dispositivos móviles. Y con el reciente lanzamiento de Digi TV, nuestra telecomunicación nacional se ha convertido en el único proveedor de servicios de reproducción cuádruple en Belice. Clientes ahora pueden ahorrar con nuestros paquetes DigiOne que ofrecen internet residencial, servicios móviles, teléfono residencial y servicios DigiTV convenientemente en un solo lugar. Digi permanece comprometido en brindar acceso a servicios de alta calidad, confiables y accesibles y crear oportunidades para un mejor futuro. Forme parte de la transformación y viva la conectividad como nunca antes. Porque con Digi, la conexión importa.
Everything is better electric. Be more efficient with electric vehicles and transforming your home with Energy Star electric appliances and power tools. This helps to create a greener and cleaner world for the next generation. Energize your world with BL.
When the power goes out, life is disrupted. Be prepared and keep your home powered up with a generator from Benquip. We carry brands such as Honda, Kohler, and JCB. Schedule your installation, maintenance, and assessment to keep your generator ready and waiting to protect your family and home the next time the power fails. Stay in control of your power with a generator from Benquip Equipment Parts Service.
Taking its name from the venerable father of the nation, the George Price Highway stretches 77 miles from Belize City to Benque Viejo. Originally built in the 1930s, this cross-country highway system is the artery that links Belize to Central America at the western border with Guatemala. That connection facilitates overland trade, supporting Belize's economic development. Winding its way across the scenic countryside, the George Price Highway from Roaring Creek to Esperanza has been fully reconstructed to meet international standards, with particular emphasis on road safety. A shorter and hassle-free commute is best enjoyed when everyone obeys the traffic laws. To reduce the number and frequency of road traffic accidents, it means that a seatbelt must be worn at all times and the speed limit observed when traveling along the highway. It also means that pedestrians must use sidewalks and crosswalks where available. Buses should only board and discharge passengers at a designated bus stop. Road safety is everyone's responsibility. It begins with you.
See the garbage, you just take the garbage and dash it over and take it back and ride.
What you talk about? You just do the same thing right
Yes, but the young lady made tell me about how important it is to keep the country clean. You should have stay right there for get educated.
I never know they had an education.
All right. Hold it on, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Come this side, please. The Department of Environment. I saw what happened just now, and the gentleman is right. You threw your garbage on the roadside, and you took your bicycle, and you rode away. What you have just done is an environmental offense, and for that, I will give you a littering ticket.
Sir, why you only ticket this man 100? Why you not find more than that?
Littering carries a fine of $100 per person. However, if it is a company, it is $500. What this gentleman just did is dumping, and dumping carries a heavier fine. But because it is a first-time offense, I made a decision to give him a $100 ticket. I just want to take this opportunity to let the public know to put their garbage in the proper place, or else they will get ticketed.
All right, thanks for the 5 cents, brother.
Why make us stop being nasty and stop dirty with countrymen? You say that's all of them garbage on the roadside. Then I didn't pick me have to come weekend and pick up the garbage.
This message is brought to you by the Department of the Environment.
Good evening and welcome to News 5 Live for Thursday, October 12th. I am Sabrina Daly. Prime Minister John Briceño has been out on a tour of the Toledo district since Wednesday. This morning he was in Barranco Village. On his visit to the village, he took a trip to the Sarstoon Forward Operating Base. We caught up with PM Briceño at an event in Indian Creek this evening, where he told us about his visit.
I think what's more important to point out is that I was in Barranco. I went to visit the village of Barranco, the school, to speak to the village council, to the Referendum, to the village leaders, and to the NDC. To hear what are their concerns, what are their challenges, how is it that we're doing as a government. And we had a very good meeting, and I think it is only when I was about to leave the Coast Guard, they were taking me on to, the Coast Guard was, we good? Sorry, yeah, sorry about that, yeah. The Coast Guard was going to bring me back to Punta Gorda. And once we were on the boat, they were saying, listen, the forward operating zone is, base is approximately 5-10 minutes. And I said, sure, let me go take a look, because we know we're talking about putting a new building. I wanted to take a first-hand look at what's going on. I was there when we were in opposition. And so we went there and spoke with the members of the BDF and see how best we could put a building there very soon. But most importantly, and I have to discuss this with the Minister of Defense, with Minister Marin, is that they were making the point, well, we don't have electricity. If you could put up a small solar plant, that would go a long way for them. So basically, that's what I went to there to take a first-hand look and see what we can do very quickly to improve the lives of our soldiers.
Prime Minister Briceño was also asked about the comment he made during an interview last week in relation to the Belize-Guatemala border dispute. As we reported, the PM said, quote, "We can't invade Guatemala as much as we would have liked to," end quote. He has received a lot of backlash for this comment, but he says he was misinterpreted and he did not take too kindly to it.
You guys, you are amazing, you are amazing, and I want to contain myself because the point that I was making, that we need to be careful how we go in that area. We don't want to antagonize the Guatemalans. We fully recognize that half of the Sarstoon belong to us. But I'm saying that what if, God forbid, somebody would get shot, somebody gone trigger happy, and then they shoot a Belizean citizen, and then the BDF, they're going to respond. They constantly stand in front of the Guatemalans. They do not allow themselves to be bullied. And then there's a shootout. I know that there are some people who say, oh, so what we're on the weekend left with self. My point is that we need to recognize that Guatemala is a country of about between 16 and 18 million people. We are 400,000. Anybody who believes that we can invade Guatemala is stupid. And I'm disappointed on you when you're going to put your caption that I'm talking about invading Guatemala. That's a stupid statement that you all are making. My point that I'm trying to make is that we need to use the diplomatic channels, which is what we've been doing. The PUP government has been doing that from George Price days. The UDP government has been doing it, and we continue to do that. We do that because that's the only option that we have. I hope.
PM Briceño also gave a comment on the civil unrest in Guatemala. He was asked if any travel advisories will be issued to Belizeans for Guatemala and if he has reached out to his counterparts in the country. Here is what he told us.
Well, first of all, of course, we're very concerned. We want to ensure that Guatemala remains a democracy. That's one. Secondly, I spoke with President-elect Arevalo about 3 weeks or so ago, and we had a very good meeting. And in our discussions, in our phone call, he was the one that was bringing up, saying that he wants to continue the process with the ICJ, and that he said that whatever the ruling, he's going to abide by it. More importantly, he said that he wants to ensure that we can strengthen the relationship between Belize and Guatemala in the economy, in trade, in sports, in culture, in medicine, education. There are so many things. He is very appreciative that Belize has welcomed thousands of their citizens from Guatemala to have come to Belize and have become Belizean citizens. And so he understands that there is this connection between the two countries. He recognizes that every morning we have several hundred students, young kids, crossing the border from El Petén to come into Belize, to go to Benquevio del Carmen, to be able to study in our school system, and at the same time for them to be able to learn the English language. So there's so much more that connects us, that joins us, than what divides us.
Collet Area Representative Patrick Faber arrived in Belize earlier today and will likely attend the sitting of the House of Representatives in Belmopan on Friday. As we reported on Wednesday, Faber did not attend a House committee meeting that was convened to discuss the email sent by opposition leader Shine Barrow to House Speaker Valerie Woods prior to the last House meeting in August. Instead, a letter was sent in which Faber drew distance from the comment made by Barrow in his response to the House Speaker's decision not to table a motion for a vote of no confidence. We note that Faber did not attend yesterday's meeting, nor did he do so virtually, and as a result did not participate in any vote regarding the matter involving his party leader. Nonetheless, Barrow has gone on record elsewhere in the media to state that Faber's actions are tantamount to him crossing the floor. News 5 spoke with Faber earlier today, and we were made to understand that the United Democratic Party did not take a collective position on the matter involving Barrow's comments, despite his personal opinion that the request was not handled fairly by the House Speaker. We reached out to the leader of the opposition this morning, who deferred comment until Friday. Belize City resident 37-year-old Rodman Welch is on trial for the 2020 murder of Shaquem Dennison. Exactly 3 years ago today, Dennison was shot and killed at the Yarborough Bridge in Belize City, and Welch, a father of 4, was soon after arrested and charged by police for the crime. Today, the case ended in a voir dire before Justice Nigel Pilgrim after Crown Counsel Reese Cattouse and defense attorney Orson Elrington presented their case. Justice Pilgrim has ordered written submissions for October 16, 2023, and oral submissions will be made virtually the following day on October 17, 2023. Justice Pilgrim will reserve his decision on the voir dire for October 30, 2023. The trial within a trial began in early October and is to determine the admissibility of an alleged caution statement police claim Welch gave in the murder, which is said to have incriminated him in the murder of Dennison. It is an allegation that defense attorney Elrington has rejected. During the voir dire, Welch took the stand and gave a sworn testimony. Coming up, government and Oceana say they respect people's say on offshore drilling. We'll have more details when we come back.
At times, life can become full of challenges and feel overwhelming. Conditions such as depression, anxiety, substance dependence, and a family history of suicide or previous suicide attempts are also factors that may contribute to suicide. A suicidal person may experience feelings of hopelessness, worthlessness, emptiness, and being a burden to family and friends. They feel like they have exhausted all their options and there is no way out. Suicidal people do not truly want to die, but see it as the only option to end the unbearable pain they are in. If you or someone you know needs help, contact us at phone number 828-5992, or you can visit your nearest hospital and ask to speak with a mental health nurse. Services are available countrywide.
Babe, have you seen the advisory that NEMA just posted? There's going to be a storm.
Storm? It's not a storm. That's just a little rain. We'll be all right.
Thank goodness that was only a simulation. But what if it wasn't? Consider this. You've worked hard building your future, your family, your business, your home. RFNG Insurance has policy options that can protect your most valued assets so that you can focus on what matters most. Include RFNG Insurance in your hurricane prep. Remember, it pays to get it right with RFNG Insurance, a Road Group company.
LG dual inverter compressor cools air faster by operating at speeds as high as 120 Hz with more stability compared to conventional models. It also saves up to 70% more energy by operating at speeds as low as 10 Hz with more stability. It reduces torque vibration down to 40% for quiet outdoor unit operation. Stable operation with low vibrations also results in increased durability.
Almost a year ago, the government of Belize and Oceania had a back and forth over a report that GOB had intentions to conduct offshore oil exploration. Oceania raised the concern and the Prime Minister assured that such was not the case. And if the government changed its position, it would go to the public in a referendum first. But Oceania has already conducted a petition and in June handed over to the Governor General a list with more than sufficient signatures compelling the government to carry out a referendum before proceeding with any sort of offshore oil exploration. The petition list ended up at the Attorney General's office, where the government sought legal advice on the matter. Fast forward to today, when the government and Oceania issued a joint press release in which they state that they will respect the demand of the people for a referendum on offshore drilling. And the government announced that it would introduce a bill in the House on Friday to amend the Referendum Act so that it makes a referendum mandatory prior to any proposed amendment or repeal of the Petroleum Operations Maritime Zone Moratorium Act. News 5's Marian Ali reports.
Last November, Oceania sounded the alarm on a report that the government of Belize was considering conducting seismic testing and offshore drilling in Belizean waters. The news shocked many in the environmental community because of what such an activity would do: nullify an indefinite moratorium on offshore oil in its marine territory, including territorial seas, an exclusive economic zone that the Barrow administration had instituted in October of 2017. It would also put the marine life and resources, as well as the vulnerable tourism industry, in direct risk should there be an oil spill at sea. Prime Minister John Briceño responded, assuring Oceana that his government also supports the ban on offshore drilling. The government had indicated that if it changes its position on the matter, it could only do so if the public agrees to it by way of a national vote. Back when he was the Minister of the Blue Economy, Andre Perez told the media that while there might have been discussions off the record on petroleum resources as a form of income under the Blue Economy, no sound government would contemplate offshore exploration.
There is nothing on record that has been discussed in Cabinet about seismic. One-on-one discussions, it has been discussed what is out there as it relates to the blue economy. Let's not forget what is the blue economy. And we have to educate our people what is the definition of the blue economy. And the definition of the blue economy basically states is that whatever is out there available for us, that is there for us to take, to extract, whether it's seafood or whether it's out there, we do it in a manner that is environmentally friendly and at the same time very much sustainable. Now, back to what that organization sung the alarm bells like if the sky is falling down. That's what I call it. It's regrettable. It was unnecessary. I am part of a government that is very responsible, and no one in cabinet or in our government in their right mind would want to do any kind of drilling. And I have every confidence what my Prime Minister said was basically something of an opinion, and nothing is wrong with that.
Oceana's Vice President, Janelle Chanona, had asked PM Briceño for a meeting to discuss the possibility of amending existing laws to include a referendum. Chanona mentioned in her letter that once the amendments to the laws are made, Oceana would discontinue a petition it was conducting on the matter, an undertaking that the PM said was unnecessary. The petition drew 22,000 signatures, more than the 10% of the electorate than it needed to trigger the referendum. They were delivered to Governor General Froila Salam in June and handed over to the Attorney General's office thereafter, where the government was seeking legal advice on the matter. On that occasion, Chanona told the media that Belizeans are against offshore drilling because it could negatively impact our lives if something should go wrong.
Why this emotion is so high around this issue? Because, as I said, so many things fall off of the stove, back of the stove get lost, replaced by the next scandal or the next big issue. But this issue, there has been persistence, resistance, perseverance. Belizeans really don't want to be left out of this conversation because I think they fully grasp, or very many Belizeans fully grasp what that would mean and just how inherently dirty and dangerous it is. And I think it's so, as I said, that connectedness at a spiritual, at a soulful level, but also that realistic and very real interconnectedness in terms of our jobs, our way of life, our food, our cultures, and I think increasingly it's not lost that environmental justice has and is now being perceived by so many as a human right.
Today, the two opposing parties, Oceana and the government, issued a joint statement on the matter. It opens up by saying that the dispute arose over the proper legal process required to hold a referendum on a constitutional amendment to the moratorium on offshore oil exploration. In it, the government states that it has no intention of amending or repealing the provisions of the Moratorium Act. Both sides say they are committed to respecting the demand of Belizeans for meaningful consultation on the matter through a referendum. The government has since committed to introducing a bill in Parliament on Friday to amend the Referendum Act so that it makes a referendum mandatory prior to any proposed amendment or repeal of the Petroleum Operations Maritime Zone Moratorium Act. This amendment must ensure that everyone of voting age will have a chance to vote in a national referendum if the government chooses to amend or repeal the Moratorium Act. Reporting for News 5, I'm Marion Ali.
Since her appointment as Executive Director of the Caribbean Disaster and Emergency Management Agency, Elizabeth Riley is on her first working visit to Belize. Along with her is a team that will be working with various government agencies, including NEMO, that will be looking at a comprehensive disaster management audit.
First visit since being appointed Executive Director of SEDEMA in July of 2021. And really here to discuss re-engagement of Belize within the SEDEMA system. Belize is a very important member of our system, the only member which sits in Central America and also provides an important bridge in our connection to our colleagues at Supredenac. And this week we have a full team here in Belize. We're working on a range of things, including what is called the Comprehensive Disaster Management Audit. And this is an important exercise which seeks to assess where our countries are on different phases of the disaster management cycle. And we're also having specific discussions around the results-based program of NEMO, which will be developed following the conduct of the audit. We also are discussing the Community Emergency Recovery Fund, which is financed by the Government of Canada, and we have 3 small projects which are supporting communities which were impacted by Hurricane Lisa. In addition, I will be doing political level visits. I had a courtesy call this morning with the Honorable Ramon Cervantes, where we discussed the vision for NEMO going forward and positioning that organization, and importantly how SEDEMA will be supporting those efforts.
Each year, the second Thursday in October is observed as Ombuds Day. The day provides the opportunity for these officials to share their roles and functions with the public. Today in Belize City, a ceremony was held at the Memorial Park to raise awareness on and highlight what the Office of the Ombudsman does in Belize and how the work and outreach have advanced since 1999, when Belize first opened that office. News 5's Marion Ali reports.
Each day, people endure injustices for which they oftentimes cannot afford to pay legal fees for an attorney to argue over it in a court of law. But since 1999, the Office of the Ombudsman has been there to offer this kind of help to people who have been aggrieved, abused, or even marginalized. Today, on the occasion of Ombuds Day, we attended a ceremony in observance of this important office. Ombudsman H. Gilbert Suazo shared with us what his office does.
We exist for people who suffer injustice, people who are vulnerable, people who essentially are not getting the service that they believe that they deserve. We in the office need for those members of the general public to come and make the complaint, because it is only through the complaint that we are able to do our job from the Office of the Ombudsman. And that is a point that I want to emphasize. No need to suffer in silence, and the only way we know that you need help is you have to come to the office and make that written complaint, and that starts the process.
The people who call on the Office of the Ombudsman quite frequently are inmates at the Belize Central Prison. CEO of Colby Foundation, Virgilio Murillo, told News 5 that while many prisoners feel their rights are violated at the facility, he for one has a zero-tolerance rule for abuse among prison wardens.
There's a common tendency for prisoners to mix discipline with torture. I will tell you that if I pick up that my guards are being abusive and they're ill-treating prisoners or they're torturing prisoners, I am the kind of person who will action that right away. I don't need the ombudsman or any human rights body for that matter to come and point out my what you call it, in observance of these illegal acts, if you want to call them that.
It has never happened.
It has happened, but I tend to fire my people instantaneously.
One group of persons who will now benefit from the expansion of the Ombudsman office are people with disabilities, as the Disability Desk Coordinator in the Ministry of Human Development, Marshall Nunes, explains.
The persons who are living with disability are the most marginalized, and several of us are from the lower economic bracket. So, and we do need legal advice and even access to justice. And I think the Ombudsman office exists to provide that at very low or at no cost. And so it becomes very important that for persons who are living with disability, reach out to the Ombudsman office, because we do find ourselves in legal perils, and so we need to get that kind of legal advice and support.
Back when the Ombudsman office opened in the year 2000, it was staffed with only 3 persons. But Belize's first Ombudsman, Paul Rodriguez, told us that they still managed to get a lot of work done.
You know, people come to complain to you about 1,000,001 things, and you really win the attention of people when you stop and listen to what they have to say. Very often, the very telling of the problem to the Ombudsman makes the person see what the problem really is, and the person himself or herself finds a solution and goes about his business with the advice, if needed, of the Ombudsman.
The office of the Ombudsman is located at number 91 Freetown Road in Belize City. Reporting for News 5, I'm Marion Ali.
After the break, a mahogany replanting project and the man who saw the value in it. We'll tell you about that, but first, here's a weather update with data from the Belize Met Service.
Smart introduces Real Unlimited Postpaid Plans, providing customers with unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited data. Now that's a real great deal. With Smart Plus, Share 1 and 2, and Enterprise 1 and 2 plans, you can talk as much as you want, text as much as you want, and for the first time ever in Belize, you can enjoy unlimited data with your postpaid plan. So come in and sign up for an unlimited postpaid plan and enjoy limitless possibilities. In addition, other plans such as the Flex Junior, Choice, and Select have been boosted with a lot more talk, text, and data, providing you with the best value for your budget. Be unlimited with Smart. Smart, your full-service communication provider.
Inspection first. Once the inspection passes, we do the connection for you.
Our teams at BEL continue to serve you.
My Social Security. Your direct online access to all your Social Security information.
360 view of all your Social Security information. Registration services, benefits, contributions, and employer services at your fingertips. Enjoy all the new features with your My Social Security account. Register with SSB. Submission of benefit claims. Submission of contribution statements. View contribution record. Enjoy all your My Social Security feature at ssbportal.org.bz. Social Security at your fingertips.
Homeowners, immerse yourselves in elegance. Surround yourself with the beauty of one-of-a-kind, quality wood furniture. This is what America's elegant furniture and appliances has to offer. Trendy, affordable, and exceptional centerpieces, large mirrors, vanities, plush sofa sets, coffee tables, office furniture, exquisite mahogany bedroom sets, home decor, mattresses, and so much more. Shop our new reduced prices store-wide and get huge discounts daily. Our layaway and payment plans offer the lowest interest rates guaranteed. Our extensive catalog meets everyone's furniture needs, and if you can't find what you're looking for, then we'll custom make it for you. Shop at Mirka's and save. Mirka's, making your household dreams affordable.
Get ready, babe. We're going on a vacation.
Finally, where are we going?
Don't worry, babe. I have we covered.
Are you sure you know where we're going?
Yes, babe. Oh, right there, see? Babe, the price me too good to be true. Me look much more better in that picture.
When life throws you a curveball, Belize Bank has your back. With our online financing, you can turn any vacation mishap into a dream getaway.
Cheers to Belize Bank for making our dream vacation a reality.
Thanks to you, babes, to turn things around.
No thanks to you, cheapo.
Out.
Experience the future of financing with Belize Bank online, where you can secure funds for anything, from anywhere, at any time, all without stepping foot in a bank. Apply for a loan today and unlock a world of possibilities.
Mahogany was one of Belize's primary means of income under colonial law. The hardwood was used for construction across Europe, and even up to today, many of the houses in Belize that are still standing represent how valuable the wood was back in the day. Mahogany and logwood logs were chained together and floated down what is called the Halover Creek to Belize City, where they were stacked on barges bound for Europe. Then the mahogany lost its worth in Europe, and its value and prominence in Belize faded away. But one man who played an integral part of Belize's development saw it fit back in 2000 when he was in his twilight years to return to the fields and plant mahogany. Tonight's edition of Belize on Real takes us back to February 2000, when a 93-year-old Henry Fairweather, with the help of a work crew, was planting lots of mahogany trees, 85,000 of them to be exact. Here's a look back at that story.
Very quietly for the past 14 years, there's been a man living in the jungles along the Saboon River, undertaking an incredible task. His name is Henry Fairweather. You may recognize his name, as his contributions to Belize have been enormous. Once employed as a government surveyor, he was a member of the 1933 survey team that defined the Belize-Guatemala border. And 30 years later, he picked out the spot to build Bemopan. But today, at age 93, he's not planning cities or separating countries. He's planting mahogany trees.
I have no textbook to follow on this. It's just my long knowledge of the forest and my desire to do something for the country.
Up until recently, only Fairweather's friends and neighbors knew what he was up to. By his estimation, he spent more than $500,000 planting more than 85,000 trees in his 400 acres of Belize.
We are out of funds completely. And the time is right around the corner. When if we don't get some funds, some contribution, some aid, we'll have to close down. I don't think the people would like to see a move like this closed down without any due return. Some of my men who I had to lay off and no back pay are talking about taking legal action. It's as bad as that.
But why mahogany trees? Fairweather is holding out as long as possible because he believes that one day his plantation will be a money-making machine, an idea he wants to plant in the minds of other Belizeans.
I want them to plant enough mahogany for them to sell. And it must be sustainable. That is, be able to grow it continuously and live by that. And stop giving other people, particularly those funding people, trouble or headache in helping them along.
After dabbling in piracy and logwood cutting, it was mahogany that really put Belize on the economic map. Beginning in the 1700s, British, then American companies set up shop and began exporting to meet the world's demand. But the big bucks stopped when European tastes changed and the timber was no longer so easy to find. Henry Fairweather wants to change all that, and he's willing to pay the price.
This business of mahogany is that play business, you know. It is strictly hard work. A lot of sacrifices, a lot of punishment in doing without the thing that you need.
There have been numerous setbacks, like fires and floods, that have wiped out parts of the plantation. But Fairweather's foreman, Daniel Ordonez, says nature's wrath couldn't hold them back.
About 5 or 6 years ago, we had a fire that burned out the whole of the area that we had planted out. Only a few plants left. So we replanted. And as soon as we replanted, we had the flood again and it wiped out everything out back again. And we replant again. And there the plant you see just coming out to this area right here.
A community-based project, the Belize River Valley Development Program, BELRIV, has already promised to find some money to keep the Fairweather plantation up and running. They also see another kind of green in the mahogany leaves.
Today, the mahogany is so important that there are organizations and people in the world who will pay you just to plant a mahogany tree for them on their land, that they could come and visit their own mahogany tree. You have to cut it down. So yes, people will be able to realize financial benefits.
Whatever happens in the end, it's pretty obvious that Fairweather himself won't see the fruits of his labor. But that won't stop him from putting trees in the ground.
But I want to continue to plant as long as I can continue. I want to leave a legacy behind. I want to be able to, when I get to St. Peter, to give an account of my stewardship.
When we return, Team Belize wins silver at First Global Challenge 2023.
Shop smart for your Samsung devices in Belize and enjoy benefits you won't get anywhere else. When you shop locally for your Samsung, all your devices will be covered by a 1-year local warranty. You won't get that when shopping with the other guys. When in doubt, always look for the Cellular World seal to know you're getting the real deal. Shop with confidence and enjoy your Galaxy knowing that it can be repaired locally at our Samsung Service Center by certified Samsung technicians using original parts and machinery. Even better, enjoy the best LTE experience in Belize, knowing that your Samsung devices are compatible with major local carrier networks. Get the ultimate Samsung Galaxy experience only when you shop from authorized Samsung resellers nationwide.
Get ready, babe. We're going on a vacation.
Finally, where are we going?
Don't worry, babe. I have we covered.
Are you sure you know where we're going?
Yes, Bill. Oh, right there, see? Babe, the price me too good to be true. Me look much more better in that picture.
When life throws you a curveball, Belize Bank has your back. With our online financing, you can turn any vacation mishap into a dream getaway.
Cheers to Belize Bank for making our dream vacation a reality.
Thanks to you, babes, to turn things around.
No thanks to you, cheapo.
Out.
Experience the future of financing with Belize Bank online, where you can secure funds for anything, from anywhere, at any time, all without stepping foot in a bank. Apply for a loan today and unlock a world of possibilities.
With NextGen, every day is a chance to explore the wonders of the digital world, providing a reliable connection to make learning fun, to turn ordinary moments into extraordinary adventures, to discover new passions and exciting new worlds together. Unlock a world of possibilities at home with the fastest, most affordable high-speed internet and entertainment plans. NextGen, the ultimate digital experience.
Smart introduces Real Unlimited Postpaid Plans, providing customers with unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited data. Now that's a real great deal. With Smart Plus, Share 1 and 2, and Enterprise 1 and 2 plans, you can talk as much as you want, text as much as you want, and for the first time ever in Belize, you can enjoy unlimited data with your postpaid plan. So come in and sign up for an unlimited postpaid plan and enjoy limitless possibilities. In addition, other plans such as the Flex Junior, Choice, and Select have been boosted with a lot more talk, text, and data, providing you with the best value for your budget. Be unlimited with Smart. It's time to power your dollar with Smart.
Tonight, the Bliss stage will come alive as St. Martin de Porres presents John John's Blue. It's a play that has been adapted from Evan X. Hyde's anthology, Feelings, and features 3 storylines that depict social issues such as gender-based violence, police brutality, teenage pregnancy, and challenges facing Black South Side young men. While the play is set in the 1970s, these issues are still prevalent in this day and age. The play shows for 2 nights only and features some well-known Belizean influencers. It's a fundraiser for the parish, and News 5's Dwayne Moody was at one of the rehearsals.
You find out if he have any gear or what he into?
It's a fundraiser to assist the students at St. Martin de Porres Primary School. And starting tonight at 7 p.m., John John's Blue is a play that pulls from Evan X. Hyde's Feelings and put together by producer, co-director, and playwright Melissa Castellanos-Espat.
The fundraiser is needed. We host over 550 students at the primary school, and it's a very important project because if you know, the students who attend St. Martin's de Porres come from very impoverished areas. They have so many circumstances that they're struggling to live with, and so we decided that this would be a really good avenue to get some of those needed funds. But what better way than to highlight the social justice issues happening in the Lake Independence area, but not only Lake Independence area, but the south side of Belize in general. I took 3 of the stories in Feelings, and 3 of those stories include Caroline, 2 pieces of Caroline, one piece of John John Day, and I created John John's Blue.
Castellanos-Espat says that the play speaks to real issues that were happening in the 70s and have transcended time and are still very much relevant today. It is raw and for a mature audience.
We have to embrace our culture, you know. We can't be hiding and thinking that these things don't exist. One of the bigger issues that we want to highlight is poverty, police brutality, poverty, gender-based violence, of course, because we have to have that, you know, we have to look at the issues that are happening out there, right? So poverty being the #1 theme that kind of is the umbrella for all the different elements happening in the play. So we are touching on them. What is interesting about this play is that when Evan X. Hyde wrote the scene, or wrote this thing, he's raw. He's raw, he's real, he is extreme in how he describes things, and he has a passion for it. And so we knew that what's happening on stage also has to reflect who he is. And we talk about these issues all the time. And there are things that happen. And you know what? If we just pretend they don't, then we're not solving the issue. And it has been ignored since 1975. And so this is kind of opening that Pandora box to say, let's talk about it. Let's see what conversations happen. Don't be surprised at the content, but be surprised that we have been neglecting the issues for so long.
The play features Belizean personalities such as Audrey Matura, Indira Craig, Tremet Perriott, Karen Rosito, Carlos Perote, Ellsworth Castillo, Yas Salia, Steve the Groove Master Perriott, David Murray, and myself. Radio host and producer Charmaine Garcia is also part of the cast. Her character is Martha.
Martha is the best friend of Salome, who is also Beauty. Martha, she have kids, and she kind of flirty and high-spirited and all of that good stuff. The instigator kind of girl, I would say don't come here with expectations. Come with an open mind. Come ready to enjoy, to be entertained. If you have a problem with strong language and contents, buy your ticket and give it to somebody else, and just make me tell you what happened, right? Because if you come here, come prepared for just whatever.
Making their debut in theatre are Avant Kelly and Krista Jeffries, who are both sixth form students. They play the roles of John and Blue, respectively. Kelly's character gets caught up in the criminal justice system, while Jeffries battles teenage pregnancy. These are the realities that their generation is facing.
A usual black man from Southside just trying to get through life, but in this one, I get to explain that black man's story, and people get to hear the story that, all right, they get to hear the side that most people don't hear. So I love that I'm portraying someone that has a lesser voice in society.
So far, the experience has been just wow. Working with great people, people just dare to push you and motivate you, and I can't even say what to expect in this play. You guys just need to come out and see what is happening in today's society and everything. Just come out and see, and I know you guys will be very happy about this.
Seating begins at 6 p.m. and the show starts at 7 o'clock sharp. Dwayne Moody for News 5.
Tickets are available at St. Martin de Porres, Baked in Kings Park, and at the Bliss. They're selling at $100 for VIP, $40 for premium, $30 for reserve, and $20 for general admission. Today, Team Belize returned from Singapore as silver medalists, second only to China, after competing in the first Global Challenge 2023. Team Belize was selected from over 190 participating countries to win the Zhang Heng Award in Engineering Design Excellence. The award is given to teams whose robot exhibits excellent engineering and displays elegance and effectiveness during the challenge. This award looks to recognize the most effective overall robot designs. A News 5 crew was at the PGIA, and Dwayne Moody reports.
Belize High School students and parents were outside the arrival lounge at the Philip Goulson International Airport with signs and flowers to welcome Team Belize on their return from Singapore. That was the location for the 2023 First Global Challenge, where Belize's robotics team won silver. They were defending champs and did excellent in the competition.
Reaching there, you're in a building with 191 other countries, and they all have different robots, but we all get the same kit. So it's about seeing the ingenuity and creativity between each robot. And that was really inspiring to all of us because we got to see the thought process behind every other country to complete the challenge. But luckily, our design was able to land us silver in the engineering design process.
Last year, Team Belize was a part of the winning alliance that won gold in Geneva, Switzerland. This year, Team Belize won the Zhang Heng Engineering Design Award. We came in second place to China, and that is a very impressive feat.
As a driver of the team, I got to communicate with
so many other teams to strategize and divide up the game in different parts so we can all work towards one joint task.
And my experience in this year's competition was to complete the social media challenge that FIRST has sent to us. And during the challenge, I coordinate with many countries. We have a meeting with them, and we do learn a lot of things from them. For example, like the culture, the country's background, and the language they spoke, and robot technique, and also we introduced Belize to them.
The judges looked at how teams brought science, technology, engineering, and mathematics together into a single robot that performed its designed functions. The robot was to overcome problems presented in the competition and display high functionality and practicality. Team Belize's robot competed effectively and withstood the rigors of the competition. IT director at the Belize High School, Godfrey Sosa, says that the win is huge.
It says a lot for our country, it says a lot for the ingenuity of our people, and I'm very proud of these students, all 17 students who are part of the robotics team. Unfortunately, we only had 5 that could represent the team, but it's a big win for them and also a big win for the country of Belize. Coming second to China, that sends a huge message of the ingenuity of our people, the creativity of our people. Actually being able to present a robot that wowed the judges, to the point of actually earning a medal and earning a win in this particular, and I would say a very prestigious category, because the engineering award says a lot about your ability to be able to present a robot that that functions efficiently, that had something on it, that had components on it that they have never seen, and they were impressed with.
Also greeting the team today at the PGIA were Ministers of Sports Rodwell Ferguson and Gilroy Usher Sr. Just before the team departed to Singapore, Belize was the first country in the world to declare robotics a sport.
It's a very significant milestone today, and when we declare robotics as sports, many say, why robotics? What will you declare them as? Likewise, I go back to dominoes. Domino is not a sport in reality, but it uses the mind. And so robotics also uses the mind, so we as a Ministry of Sport have agreed to make it become a sport in Belize. So we are the first country in the world, I believe, that make robotics as sports. But I am very happy at the accomplishment, the achievement. And we are committed that this will not spread countrywide. So eventually we have robotics across the country, I believe. So I'm very happy, I'm very elated, it's going to happen.
IT Director Sosa says that preparations begin almost immediately for the next robotics competition scheduled for March of 2024.
We have our next robotics tournament next year, in March, leading up into April at the World Championships. If we did this, we're looking forward to that again.
Dwayne Moody for News 5.
Up next, Yabra Pumping Station officially opens.
Good morning, thank you for calling via. This is during the inspection first. Once the inspection passes, we do the connection for you.
Our teams at BEL continue to serve you.
Design Depot, your all-in-one destination for transforming your living spaces. Explore the world of GE with our selection of cutting-edge appliances for functional, convenient, and modern living. Find solutions for every paint project, from home to industrial, with our extensive selection of Sherwin-Williams paints and coatings. Safeguard your home with the durability of our weather-resistant windows and doors. Elevate your kitchen and bath with the timeless elegance of Kohler sinks and faucets. Transform your space with our constantly refreshed tile inventory, always embracing the latest tile trends. Design Depot, your source for innovation, inspiration, and impeccable design. Design Depot, all in one place.
Smart introduces Real Unlimited Postpaid Plans, providing customers with unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited data. Now that's a real great deal. With Smart Plus, Share 1 and 2, and Enterprise 1 and 2 plans, you can talk as much as you want, text as much as you want, and for the first time ever in Belize, you can enjoy unlimited data with your postpaid plan. So come in and sign up for an unlimited postpaid plan and enjoy limitless possibilities. In addition, other plans such as the Flex Junior, Choice, and Select have been boosted with a lot more talk, text, and data, providing you with the best value for your budget. Be unlimited with Smart. It's time to power your dollar with Smart.
This morning in Belize City, a new pump station was inaugurated by the government of Belize and the Belize City Council. The facility will serve to mitigate flooding in the downtown area. The Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Housing and its team of engineers have been working diligently to complete the multi-million-dollar project. And today, it was officially opened. News 5's Isani Catano reports.
Flooding in downtown Belize City is an issue that occurs annually. To address that problem, an $11 million pumping station has been built in Belize City in the Yarborough area. The project falls within the Inter-American Development Bank's Climate Vulnerability Reduction Program. The site was officially inaugurated earlier today by officials from the Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Housing, as well as the Belize City Council.
This Yarborough pumping station being inaugurated today represents a critical milestone in this journey towards resilience. This state-of-the-art facility is equipped with the capacity to discharge an impressive 270 cubic meters of water per minute, serving as a powerful sentinel against flooding. And I saw it in operation a couple of weeks ago, and it was a marvel to see. This project is not merely about infrastructure, though. It's about safeguarding the lives and livelihoods of our residents, right? Preserving our heritage and sustaining our economic progress. It's a testament to the dedication of countless individuals and the collaboration between various agencies and various stakeholders. We have to acknowledge the contributions of the Ministry of Infrastructure, Development and Housing under Minister Espat. We have to acknowledge the Inter-American Development Bank. And I also have to, at home, acknowledge the Belize City Council, who will eventually, ultimately serve as the caretaker of this modern system that will benefit our beloved Belize City.
2 years ago, around this time, Belize City was inundated after it received 4 inches of rainfall. A study carried out by the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center in 2015 indicated that there was an increase in the intensity and variability of rainfall in the final months of the year. According to Minister Julius Espat, the Yarborough pumping station is a climate-resilient project.
The inauguration of the pump station here in Yarborough. This is indeed a mega project, and also the backbone of a loan agreement with the Inter-American Development Bank. This is a climate-resilient project, and it shall continue to see the reduction of flooding in downtown Belize City. I'll say it again, climate-resilient project. I know the gentlemen and ladies from IDB, that's a very special phrase. And for us that we weren't aware of it, that it has become something special for us too. It is a technical term, but in reality, it is something that we are facing every day. We are a low-lying country, and Belize City, if most of you don't remember, is below sea level, not above sea level. So even here, it becomes even more important.
Deputy Prime Minister Cordell Hyde outlines the ability of this new pump system to alleviate the perennial issue of flooding by speaking to the works that have been done that led to the completion of the project.
The project has the potential to literally save life and limb and property. They say it's to protect public and private infrastructure in tourism and residential areas of downtown Belize City. And that has included so-called shoreline stabilization measures on the public tourism spaces of Kikaka and Garfski. Works were carried out on Orange Street, demolishing and rehabilitating deteriorated concrete line drains and flushing of rainwater to the Collet and East Canal for proper drainage. The works also entailed the cleaning and rehabilitation of drains in King Street, Dean Street, Euphrates Avenue, and West and George Streets, and a few others. Dredging was also performed in Collet Canal and West and East Canal, and a section of Cott Avenue was lined up to Cesar Ridge Bridge, with 3 main sluice gates on these aforementioned canals to lock when needed, especially during a storm event.
Reporting for News 5, I am Isana Cayetano.
World Sight Day is observed annually on the second Thursday of October. It is a global event meant to draw attention to blindness and vision impairment. It was originally initiated by the Sight First campaign of Lions Club International Foundation in 2000. In Belize City, the Belize Council for the Visually Impaired held a private clinic at our office this morning, where we got our eyes checked as part of the day's observation. Carla Ayers Musa is the executive director of BCVI.
World Sight Day is celebrated every year in October, and every year there's a different theme. For the past few years, it's been focused around loving your eyes, and this year in particular, we've gotten very specific with loving your eyes at work. And this can mean a lot of different things. Through the International Agency for the Prevention of Blindness that BCVI partners with, there's a global campaign encouraging people to take care of your eyes at work, whether you work behind a screen, whether you work in the cane fields, whether you're working in construction, and a lot of us don't get the time to leave our offices and go and get our eyes checked. So we wanted to bring that service to our friends at Channel 5 today.
Would you encourage other persons to get their eyes tested?
Absolutely. I think we often don't consider the health of our eyes until we notice that there's a problem with them. And with some eye problems, you don't notice any changes until it's too late to regain that vision. So things like glaucoma or diabetic retinopathy, you would be able to detect those when you have your eyes checked. So we really recommend checking your eyes every year. If you have already been diagnosed with something, we suggest that you check every 6 months or as often as your doctor recommends.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at channel5belize.com, on our Facebook and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us. And from all of us here at News 5, good night.